All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the Crypto Factor. Welcome back to your favorite cryptopreneurship show. If it's your first time here, my name is Paul, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin because it's doing pretty much exactly what we were expecting. The lows held, we called them, and it's working, or it's moving exactly how it's supposed to move, or we're expecting it to move. And we are also seeing some altcoins get the attention that they wanted. I was saying that the altcoins are waiting on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. So today we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin price. We'll be talking about altcoins, and I will be answering all your questions in the chat. So make sure you ask your questions in the chat because we're going to really deep dive today. So as people are joining the live stream, I just want to give a couple of minutes for people to join here. I just wanted to say that, look, I understand that these times are very stressful. I understand a lot of people are going through a lot because it can feel real bad. It can feel like it's all over, and this has happened multiple times. But before I get started, let me remind you of something I've been saying in 2023, 2022, throughout the whole bull market, ever since I called the lows perfectly at 15.6K. Months before it even got there, publicly winning a bet with Garrett Soloway, that in bull markets, 30, 40, even 50% drops for Bitcoin are common. And in this bull market, we didn't see that yet. We didn't see many. We saw a 30% drop, but we really didn't see a 40% drop, at least not in a significant amount. So this is a normal pullback for me. It's a normal pullback, and I'm going to show you where we would actually break structure for a bear market as well, because a lot of people out there saying this is a bear market, and I'm sorry, but we haven't broken structure. I don't understand how these guys do TA. I understand we're in a bear trend, but we have not broken structure. And when people call for a bear market, when it's not a bear market, it just, I don't know, it surprises me. Anyway, let's get into the Bitcoin price. Let's look at the Bitcoin price and let's talk about let's see what's going on right here. And as you can see, Bitcoin right now is at 92,937, so just shy of 93K. Now, we're looking at the factor line on the 4-hour here for Bitcoin. As you can see, told us to get out here, get back in here, get out over here. A little bit of a mistake telling us to get back over here, so we actually may have lost a trade here. You might be minus on this trade as we broke down, and now it's telling you to buy over here and again over here. Now, we called to buy this low at $80,000. We were expecting the 90s, mid-80s level. We got all the way down to 80. We went a little bit further than what we anticipated, but we were saying all along that as long as it holds above $74,000, structure is not broken. We'll explain that in a second. Now, we call this range is made by the Crypto Factor here. We got in at the low 80s, and then we had confirmation over here. If you want to know how and why we called this level over here, it's very simple. I have a course, Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. I know it's not for everyone. I'm going to give you all the information here anyway. You don't have to buy it. But if you actually want to learn how to invest, trade, and think like me, long-term swing trading, not day trading, and actually capture these moves and get the factor line lifetime so you can actually use the factor line, scan this QR code over here or click the links in the description down below or in the chat. I was supposed to raise prices yesterday, I forgot. As soon as I sleep tonight, the price goes up, okay? So we have a better price for Black Friday. We didn't raise prices for Black Friday. As soon as I go to bed tonight, I'm raising the price. So if you're interested, scan this code, click the link down below, and let's continue with this live stream. So, right now we're in a range. And I was saying, if you are a long-term trader, you would be looking to buy the break, which we just had. We're going to wait for support over here. Or if we break under, you can anticipate a retest of 74,000 that might even break, but we'll talk about that in a second. And if you are a trader, you're trading within this range. So you're trading the lower range, and the breakout of the mid-range, you're trading the higher range. And that's respected. It's exactly what happened. And we said that if we break to the downside, continuation is more than likely, but now it looks like we're breaking to the upside. Now, in the 4 hour, I do see a shooting star candle over here, so we still have to wait for this to confirm, and you do want to confirm on the daily. So looking at the daily chart over here, we are still red, and momentum is still, this is actually rising. This was actually over here on the factor line, the trend stacker over here. We're actually rising, and I said I was anticipating for this to rise, and we're waiting for this to turn gold. Not confirmed on the daily yet. We still need to go about higher and break some resistances. But still, if you do my TA, if you do my course, you know you would get in and where to set your stop loss. And it's very simple. Your stop loss is under 80K psychological. You should have bought here. Your second stop loss is at 84,000. So you have a stop loss range, whether it's mental or technical, depending on how you trade right here. This is your stop loss on the daily. So you'd be buying this. You'd be buying here, you'd be buying here, and there's no reason to get out until this is broken, so you can either break even or take a small loss depending on your trading style. Now, if you want to know what constitutes a bear market, because a lot of people calling bear market, as I said before, let's talk about when structure would break as a bear market and how we confirm a bull market, because these are the two most important things that you guys are probably thinking about right now. So let's just talk about that real quick, and then we'll move on to altcoins and maybe talk a little bit more about Bitcoin in just 1 second. So if you looking for bear market or confirmation of a bear market, you would have to break this level down here. This is the level that breaks structure. This is the so-called line in the sand. This white line over here is the so-called line in the sand. As a matter of fact, let's make it red, just to be more graphic. Because if this breaks, if price comes under here, let's say, and this becomes resistance, then obviously the potential of coming down lower is quite high. And even if we don't get much lower, the prolonged expectation to be under this line is actually quite long. Could be 6 months, could be a year. And that's why this is dangerous, okay? That's why you want to get out in that case. And then you can always get back in once you break above again, if that makes sense. So that's the line in the sand. I'm trying to delete this, by the way. Just woke up, so give me a second here. Let me get rid of all these lines, because they're just annoying at this point. And yes, I know I could have group deleted them, but I'm an idiot. But regardless, okay, so that's what we're looking at. So anybody screaming bear market, sorry, we're still in structure. Yes, I get that Benjamin Cohen is looking at the weekly SMA over here. And as soon as Bitcoin broke under, that to him is a bear market. But yes, this historically has been the case, but we always bounce above. Even in bear markets, we always come up to at least meet the line. We'll talk about that in a second. So let me just close this for a second. And we were expecting a push to the 100K level, right? This is what we're expecting. And then we'll see if this becomes resistance, and it is resistance at 100K, or if we come up here to, let's say, 107, 109, and we actually get a formation on the long term of a heads and shoulders pattern. So if you want to see a heads and shoulders pattern here, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder. And that would be a top formation. We're not seeing a top formation yet. This would be a top formation. That's what I'd be looking for, something like that, or at least a test to the 100K level over here before I'm willing to call bear. So this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that bounce. We're waiting for the relief rally, dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it, until proven otherwise. And you have to understand that this relief rally, even if it's 100K, even if it's 109K, 117,000, if you want to take my opinion, is quite possible. A lot of people, yeah, but we're still going to go down. So why? Well, because the most gains made in crypto, Bitcoin and altcoins, are usually in 2 weeks. The whole bull market, the most gains made, are usually in 2 weeks. So if this plays out, you can definitely see a selective alt season where select alts run, and we're seeing glimpses or projections of that right now as we speak. but it's just worth the risk because you have clear stop losses here. Look, you're down at 80,000 over here. This is your first stop loss. This is your second stop loss, your exit, by the way. And it's just worth getting in and waiting to see if this move plays out, because even a move just like this could be massive gains. Let alone we break up for a double top situation here, or even a higher high than the all-time highs. Very possible towards the end of the year. Yes, I'm expecting the bull market to end or Bitcoin to top end of 2025, beginning 2026. I was the one calling for this ever since the beginning of this bull market, the whole move. I was saying this is where we're waiting for a top. I said we might get it earlier last year, but that got invalidated, and now we're waiting for the top this year. But again, 2-3 weeks, most gains, and altcoins could keep on running if we indeed get an altcoin season, or should I say again, a selective altcoin season, because not all altcoins are going to run. We talked about that in many videos as well. If you want more information on that, ask me in the chat, and I can expand on that and what I'm looking at, what narratives, what coins I'm looking at. Just ask in the chat, and I'll be with you right there. But it's worth the move, and you don't want to make a call yet. Structure is still there. We're still in a bull market. 40-50% drops in Bitcoin are very common in bull markets. And yes, the timing's toward the end of the year, and I understand how a lot of people are spooked and scared and they want to make the calls. Some people saying, look, I called it on the day. Well, if you called it on the day, it was luck. I'm sorry, it was luck. We protected ourselves. We were taking profit at 120 to 130,000. I was saying for 2 years, that's the level I'll be taking profits, because I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach 120 to 140,000. I actually said 100 to 140,000 by the end of 2024, which we got, 120 to 160,000 by the end of 2025, but I will be taking profit at 120 to 140,000 dollars. And if that breaks, then 160 is possible. That's where I'm looking at. So a lot of influencers are yo-yoing as well. One day they're bullish, one day they're bearish, then they're extremely bearish, then they're suddenly bullish again. This is because they're day traders, and they're not very good day traders, but they're day traders. Hey, I'm not a very good day trader either, but they're not very good. But day trading videos sell because you can make videos every day and you can get views every day. Swing trading videos, most of the time when I make swing trading videos, like, yep, we're still in the range. We're still in the range right here. You gotta wait for the break. But I'm trying to adapt and make more videos to explain the situation to you, because I understand there's a lot of stress, and that's why I went live today. That's why I've been making all these videos. If you look at my channel real quick, I've been making videos warning and telling everybody, posts and videos as well. I was making posts and videos on my channel warning everybody here in live streams, in videos. Look, they're wrong. Made this video yesterday. This is not a crypto bear market. Called at around $85,000 when I said that I was expecting another pump from here. Urgent. Bitcoin must do this now. It's too late. Yes, I was explaining about the levels. Again, I was saying it's not a bear market yet. Hidden boom. This is where this is just a privacy coin video. You can watch this. Look, price moving. Stop listening to the noise. Bitcoin Zcash TA right now. Again, telling you it's not a bear market. Not going down, prices aren't going down, they're going up. Called this at the bottom perfectly. Also gave a little pun in my my course over there. So in the beginning, I talked a little bit about the course, but then I went on and did TA. A lot of people missed that because they're TikTok brained. Cowan says bear market. I believe he is wrong. Here's why. Boom, right here. I disagree. Bitcoin bear market. I disagree with Crypto Archie over here. Look, I've been making videos. I've been sticking to my guns, because when you're a swing trader, it's much easier because you look at long-term moves. And I get why they do day trading videos, because they want more views, a lot of them, or some may have different views, but it just doesn't work. So if you want to invest, trade, and think like me, again, look at the course, look at the factor line, look. Scan this QR code, click the links in the description down below, check it out, see if it's for you. Again, prices are going up as soon as I go to bed. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm putting the prices up. Check it out, see if it's for you. But regardless, even if you don't do that, you see these videos. I'm making more videos right now because I think it's important. I believe it's important. And I want you to understand technical analysis and understand structure, and not just go by whatever everyone's saying just because they have a lot of fucking followers. They think they know everything. It's stupid. It's just dumb. And it takes a while, it takes a long time to learn trading. It does. And I made this course with the factor line so yes, you can learn a bit faster, and to give you an indicator that makes everything easier. I explain everything if you go to the landing page, but again, it takes time to learn technical analysis, and most of these people don't know technical analysis or have not been doing it enough. I've been doing technical analysis and teaching technical analysis before I even went into crypto. And even I say I'm not that good at technical analysis, but apparently they know everything. They know every single indicator out there, which you're not even supposed to do. You're supposed to have maybe two, right? You don't need to do everything, and then you have to learn everything very well and know how to use it. Keep it simple. But no, everybody is a maniac out there. Anyway, what can I say? 17-year-olds suddenly been doing There should be audio now. All right, so we should have audio now. There was a microphone problem. If I get out of, ran out of battery. Let's hope the other one doesn't run out of battery. Let's see what happens. But so I got a little bit sidetracked there. I don't know what I was saying before. Please like this video. I think I remember that. If I didn't say that, if you didn't hear that, please like this video. I would really appreciate it. So let's move on. Let's move on and look at altcoins. And again, please, if I lose audio again, just tell me. I don't think I will, because now it's green. It doesn't. If you see this turning red, just tell me, okay? Because that means it's going to end pretty soon. All right, so going back to the charts over here, looking at, again, sorry about that. Give me a second. Looking at the charts right here, we are on the daily. And yes, this is what my views are on Bitcoin. If we go to the weekly, by the way, we never turned red because the factor line never told you to get out. It almost did, because it almost broke structure. But if you just follow the factor line, look, gold here, still gold here, break structure, you're out. That's it. That's the good thing about the factor line. That's an easy mode. And of course, if you want to get really technical, you can, or look at swing trading or in between trades. You can actually, look, now it's telling you to sell on the candle here. It'll gives you intra sales as well on swing trades. So anyway, regardless, let's have a look at altcoins. So altcoins right now, as you can see, they're breathing. They're waiting, as I was saying they're waiting for permission from Bitcoin. Altcoins are waiting for permission from Bitcoin. Until Bitcoin gives us the bull case, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, above $100,000, people will start coming in getting FOMO. We could get the move to 109, 117,000. That's where you have to beware for the heads and shoulders potential, where they sell to the new buyers. But if we break above 117,000, you can expect at least a double top, in my opinion, or even a breakout above there. And we can get into videos and talk about this in more detail when the time comes. But that's basically my view, the bullish case for Bitcoin. But make sure you pay attention to those levels, very important levels. That said, let's go to altcoins. And we're looking at our altcoins over here, looking at altcoins in the whole market. We're outperforming the whole market as usual when it comes, 11.4% versus every other top 1,000 coins over here, much lower. Our favorites also doing very well. And of course, our meme coins, just because of Pengu, Brett, and so on, going up like crazy. Recently told you to get back in Doge. Hope you actually listened. But yeah, generally speaking, altcoins doing very well. And you can screenshot this. This is most of our altcoins right now. The ones that I'm expecting for an alt season blast off. If we get an alt season, select alts will run, and the ones listed on Crypto Bubbles, these are the ones. Okay, these are the ones I believe in, and generally these are what I'm holding. So now you can take a screenshot of everything I'm holding. Some of these are just very low positions from before though, or even positions I have because I'm staking or have allocation in, or nodes like Beam. But generally speaking, just showing you this so you know. I don't think I have Avant anymore. I think I got liquidated on this position because I was also trading some positions. So yes, I also get liquidated and I also lose money. I don't think I have ZK anymore just because I believe I also got liquidated on that. Will I be an Arrow? I got out and I want to get back in as soon as Zcash picks up. I'll convert a little bit to Arrow, but generally speaking, everything else I'm holding over here. And yes, we have minimized a lot of our positions. At 117,000 when we broke under, we're contracting 120,000, but under 17,000 we contracted even more at 112. So we have bigger positions of these coins, and so far working out for us. By the way, if you are an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur in business, if you want to learn success mindset that doesn't have to do with crypto per se, but crypto's not enough. You need more. I do have my other channel back online, Paul Democritou, which is my name. This talks about entrepreneurship and sales videos. So if you are in business, just take a look at it. Look, interview with Patrick Bet-David, very rare one, by the way, Evan Carmichael, Adrian Paul from Highlander, so on, all talking about success, business, sales, and so on, and how you can achieve success. There's old videos there as well. Check it out. It's Paul Democritou. It's my name. I'll just put this in the chat. I don't want to talk about this too much. Just maybe some of you are interested in actually learning how to sell, how to do marketing, or in business. Maybe you're interested. You could check out that channel. So, with that said, let's go into the chat and let's see what we have here. Moody saying he opened up the chat. Perfect time. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. By the way, I asked you guys for likes and I got like 2 likes. It was 11 likes and I asked for likes and I got 2 likes. 2 fucking likes. Thank you so much. Really, I appreciate the two people that actually listen. I really appreciate you guys. It's okay. I'm going to give you value anyway. I don't care. I do care, but you know, it is what it is, man. Am I really the only one watching? No. People joined in after you. Paul, the fuck going on with Zcash? Yeah, so Zcash, I was looking at that earlier today. Let's have a look at Zcash real quick. That's actually an important one to look at. I also talked about this in my group today, so let's do this real quick because we are heavily in Zcash. Let's go to the 4-hour. So this is a Zcash over here. Let me just delete every drawing so we can have clear picture over here because that was continuation. So look, Zcash. Factor line told you to buy here. We actually came under. That would have hit your stop loss. And right now we're hovering above. I wouldn't get into Zcash again till we got into this range at 180,000. So I love Zcash, but until we break and we come back into this range over here, I would be very careful with Zcash. That said, if you want to buy now, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, your stop loss is here. Anything under this, you would get out, and you could play this range as a trader, for example, and then buy the breakout for a snap and crack or see how it works out. This is how I would play Zcash right now. So I'm looking at Zcash as well. So Zcash has corrected. I mean, it went up a lot. We called it $144. We told you the top will be around $700. It was. And now it's correcting. It's normal. 50% drop is normal. But that said, let's protect ourselves because these are times that are quite stressful and we have to take everything into account. All right, what else we have? Please look at Ethereum. What's the chart saying? Let's have a look at Ethereum real quick. So we did TA on Ethereum for a while, and we actually said we would get back in once this range is back in play. Looks like the factor line gave us another range while we were away, and the factor line says to buy Ethereum. So the factor line told you to buy here, sell, and now it's telling you to buy again. I would wait for the breakout. I would go with my previous analysis and wait for this breakout here, which looks like it's about to. So this, I would wait for this to become support. And if yes, so off to the races, in my opinion. So yes, Zika, trend stacker gold. Looks like this might actually break. Buy signal. This is the 4 hour. Yeah, let's look at the daily. Yep, so the daily confirms my views. So the 4 hours correct, the factor line is correct to tell you to buy, but I would look at the daily. Don't forget to look at multiple time frames. And I would wait for this to become support. And I would watch resistance level at the previous bottom of the range over here. And then if that broke, then it would be really off to the races, because then you're playing a much bigger range, as you can see over here. Right? Top of the range, bottom of the range, mid of the range. So let's see how Ethereum plays out when it comes. But so far, that's what you're looking at. What's up, Garden? Always good to watch you live. Thank you very much. Hey, Paul, the last pump you drew is what I've been thinking for a long time now. To me, it looks like a Wyckoff distribution. Do you see it? So Wyckoff distribution is a bit harder to see, but we did see that potential heads and shoulders. And yes, we did look at a 100K level, and that would pretty much paint the Wyckoff pattern. So that's why I'm saying you have to watch for the 100K level. We have to break 100K. Then you have to watch for the massive heads and shoulders I just showed you, and so on. So yes, we're not out the woods yet. But we have to take things at base. And the Wyckoff pattern would actually confirm if we drop under 74K. So that's the level you're looking at. So yes, I did look at it before myself as well. Paul, you look healthy. Yes, I know. Thank you very much. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those gains. It's not just about crypto pumps. It's not about... I'm being stupid. It's not just about crypto pumps. It's about health. Health is important, right? So I'm intermittent fasting, lost some weight, taking my supplements, doing Muay Thai, working out, and so on. So it's pretty cool. I thank you for telling me I look healthy. I appreciate that. Please look coin called Ordi. Ordinal. So Ordi, in a Bitcoin narrative, if Bitcoin actually goes up, Ordi, there's no point looking at technicals in Ordi right now. But if Bitcoin comes back as a narrative, whether it's this one or the next bull market, Ordi has a chance. And I would also look at SRC20s at that point. No reason to look at it right now as a chart. But I do own some, just so you know. But holding long term, it's a risk play for me. What a quick snap and crack is Paul thought below. What a quick snap and crack. Yeah. We called the snap and crack below tonight. Yeah. Let's see what happens. So when we went, I actually called that if we actually drop under 90K, it's probably going to be a snap and crack. We have a couple of days. We should snap back up, and that would be your buy signal. I told this in the group. I told this in another video. I have videos on my channel where you can check on that. And that if it doesn't, then it will be invalidated and we're going lower. And it looks like we got the snap and crack as I predicted, so you're welcome. Hey bro, I'm still holding ChainGPT. I told you to get the fuck out of that a long time ago. And Jupiter, they're all down 80%. Yeah, but I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You would have to wait for an AI run and get lucky with an AI run for that. I'm not saying I mean, right now it's 80% down. You wouldn't sell right now. You would try and get into other better positions, but I wouldn't sell or convert right now unless you see a narrative or something blasting off. You would convert and try to save some money in that case, right? And try and save some, and not lose opportunity cost. Hardcore, man. I told you I got out of ChainGPT a long time ago. Hey, Paul, do you have an opinion on Litecoin? Yes, you could trade it, but I don't own it. Paul, you compared this bull market to 2017 one. Did everything really start flying and pumping in the I don't think I compared it to that exact interpretation. But I do remember around Christmas. Look, we are coming around Christmas, and there are usually Santa rallies, and yet if it is a parabola blow off top, it's quite possible we'll get something like that. Even if it's a double top and we still have that move, we haven't really seen a parabolic move. If that's my point there. Do you see Ethereum not going to all-time high? I'm not saying that. We have to see the continuation. There's a continuation. Anything's possible, and I do think that Ethereum can get to all-time high, and probably will if we get a continuation. But I don't want to make any calls like that just now, to be quite honest. Core coin update, or I don't know about these coins. What are your thoughts on Ondo? I'm holding Ondo. I'm holding Ondo. It's an RWA play. It's an RW narrative play. Right now, if you look at Ondo technically, it might not be. Let me see something. Technically, let's have a look. Technically, on the daily, it's a downtrend, but everything is. Let's have a look on the 4 hours, see what's going on. So on the 4 hour, it's interesting. So 4 hour, look, Factor line told you to get in for a swing trade, told you to buy here, but then invalidated, told you to get out. We came down, came back up, then he told you to exit the swing trade. We're waiting to see if it breaks resistance. I would wait until we broke up here, just because it's scary times. I would wait for Ondo to break above this level over here and make this support, and then I would get much more confident if it breaks up and comes into this previous range over here. And that way you have a range, and then in this range over here, you would see if you would indeed break up or down longer term. Let me just extend this so it makes more sense. So this is the range. Does that make sense? Let me try and make this a different color so it makes more sense. Right? So that's what I would be looking at for Ondo. I would get out and exit if we drop under this level here. 100% I would get out, never get back in until we break up again. So that's what I'm looking at for Ondo. But yeah, I am holding some Ondo regardless long term without even looking at charts. We'll see if I keep my position or not in the future. Right now, I'm keeping just to see what's going to happen because I already took profits. I already have my Bitcoin. I told everyone to protect themselves at 117,000, at 112,000, then at 100. I said we're going to go to the low mid-80s. We went to the low 80s, but it's very different depending on your portfolio structure, the way you're set up, what you've done. Everyone's different. That's why I have one-on-one coaching, by the way, also in the description down below, where we could go over, answer your questions, show you how to do portfolio management and stuff like that, help you navigate crypto. I actually have coaching down below. And yes, I am qualified. What do you know about crypto? I get people in the comments sometimes, dude. I've been in crypto since 2017, not just as an investor and trader, but as CMO, a C-level executive, an author, and a keynote speaker. I go all around the world keynoting, talking about technical analysis, talking about, like, I know my shit, right? I'm not the best out there. I don't think anyone can claim that, but I can definitely help with coaching and help you navigate cryptocurrency, whether it's DeFi, whether it's coaching, whether it's, a whole bunch of stuff. Not financial advice, obviously, I don't do that. But I can answer your questions as my own opinion in that case. So we just answered Ondo. Hey, Paul, what coins to buy right now? Look, I would stick to select altcoins. I would stick to select narratives and higher, bigger altcoins. So SUI, like we were saying, you can see the price action, right? I was saying that if we have a drop, we go back up, squeeze one to be in. Solana is another. They're aggressively oversold. These will probably run first, and they're the safest ones to get into. Ethereum, even Ethereum will be good, right? Then you want to look like perpetual dexes, like Aster Coin and Hype, and maybe privacy as well as Zcash and so on. And yes, I know Zcash doesn't look that well right now or that good right now, but those are narrative plays. So you set up your portfolio in a way to cover narratives, not just players. And that way you know you're going to lose over here, win over here, but if you win over here, it's going to outweigh the losers over here. And it's the only kind of way to do it. Think of it as a diversification, but within crypto and within a portfolio, so to speak. Is Casper death? I don't know. We got out of Casper a long time ago. I said we're not going to get back in until it breaks certain levels. The Casper army attacked me. I said, holy crap, you better watch out. You're acting like the XRP army now. And that gave me even more conviction to exit, and I was correct. Is it dead or asleep? I have no idea, and I'm not going to even bother looking until it breaks that resistance level. You can go to my old videos and check that out. Rune, I don't know about Rune. I don't know. I got into it at some point. We got back out. I think I even made a losing trade on Rune, to be quite honest with you. I'm not looking at HBAR right now. Will it be a good runner? Quite possibly. I saw something about it filing from. Yeah, I know we talked about HBAR for the American ETFs, and I was talking about the US narrative coins back then. So we got into HBAR, we got back out. I haven't really extensively researched it to know price-wise. I could tell you TA-wise, because it has got price history. So if you want to look at TA-wise, and I'm talking dollar amounts here. If you really want to do TA, you have to look at Bitcoin amounts. TA-wise, you're buying right now as we speak. So look, this is HBAR right now, just turned gold on the 4-hour, but you have to watch for the top of the range over here for resistance. Again, the factor line gives you all this for free. It actually tells you what to do. Right now, it's telling you to buy, but you have to watch this resistance up here. So this is your resistance up here. And what you wanted to do is you could buy now, and what you're hoping or expecting or playing for is for it to come. There's a resistance, but it comes back up and it makes this support, and then it's a bigger buy signal. So if we go to the daily chart, it probably isn't gold. Let it load, give it a second. There you go. So it's not gold yet, as you can see, because on the daily it hasn't confirmed, and the daily will become gold, and the daily, the difference is this is your top resistance line if it breaks up. Sorry. Over here. So this is what you're playing for. So yes, you could buy now. Your stop loss will be under, let's say, this level here, because this is crypto and it's volatile. So your stop loss range would be about here. I don't believe I have to do this twice. And then your complete exit is right down here, right? But yeah, generally speaking, trend cycle still red. I would wait, but that's the charts we're saying. You have to make your own decision on that, if that makes sense. All right. Oh, by the way, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, MC Paul D. And also ask your questions in the chat, okay? I'm just trying to buy time until I get more questions here. But until that happens, look, this is my Twitter, MC Paul D. I make some good calls here. Sometimes I'm a lot faster to write on Twitter, so you should follow me on Twitter. It's actually called X now. But anyway, regardless, follow me there. Again, verified MC Paul D. Don't go to the wrong account and get scammed. And also Instagram, if you want to see what I'm doing with my life and, you know, going around, what I'm doing, and doggy pics and Bitcoin watches and, you know, kickboxing, Muay Thai, shit like that, okay? So that's the other thing. Also MC Paul D, same thing. All right, I'm not seeing any questions here. Let me drink some soda water. With the holidays coming up, I do recommend you start reading. And I do recommend you start reading about business and crypto, but let's just talk about crypto since it's a crypto stream. There's a couple of books you should be getting. So let me see if I can get some books for you. Just 1 second. And no, I'm not gonna give you my books. Okay, yes, I've written a few books. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Uh, where are they? I think I actually took them to my beach house because I was there, but I should have a couple here. Wow. So I took my trading books to go over them again, but I have a couple here, but it wasn't the ones I wanted to actually suggest, believe it or not. And I don't know why they're not here. I'm actually pissed off right now. But anyway, shit happens. Should have one more over here, maybe. Okay, yeah. So these books, but I'm actually curious to see where that other book went. Interesting. Huh. All right, anyway, I guess I'll have to tell you verbally. So one is Candlesticks by Stephen Nisson, right? You should get that book. I don't know where the hell it is right now. The other one is The Complete Turtle Trader. This teaches you psychology, and it's more of a story in how to actually, it's more stock-based, but you can use this for crypto. And the most important book to read, in my opinion, is The Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous. So these are some holiday books for you. Hopefully you asked questions in the chat, but those are some holiday books I suggest you read. The Bitcoin Standard being number one. And The Complete Turtle Trader is also a very good book to watch. All right, let's have a look. I'm out of the loop. Is crypto looking bullish or bearish at this point? Please look. You have a few choices here. Either you watch this live stream from the beginning and I analyze everything in detail for you, where to buy, where to get invalidated, and so on, because I don't want to talk out of context. I don't want to repeat everything because people are going to be bored. But if you don't have context, you're going to get wrecked and say, oh my God, Paul told me to buy. Yes, it's time to buy. I was screaming buy for the last few days. I was screaming where the bottom is for the last few days, a temporary bottom, but you need context. So either watch this live stream again from the beginning or watch the 10 videos I was putting out disagreeing with Benjamin Cohen and so on and telling people to buy, okay? So it's up to you. Just go on my channel and do that. Because you really need to understand context or you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get fucking wrecked and you're going to be like, oh my God, Paul told me to buy and it went down and he broke this. And then you're going to be like, Paul doesn't know what he's talking about. So there's certain levels I gave that you have to respect. And those are your indications in or out. Hey, Paul, I just bought your course. Congratulations, man. Thank you so much. I love it. I'm super excited. You're going to love this. I promise you. Looking forward to learn from you. Awesome, man. Awesome. Follow the instructions. You're gonna get a trading. You're gonna get a Telegram group where you can ask all your questions and support as well. So there's a support group as soon as you join. There's a few things you need to do. You need to send me your trading view name, your username, so you can get access to the factor line. But you have access to the course straight away. Get started. Super excited. You're gonna be super happy. I promise you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. B-Germ. The Crypto Factor and the Bitcoin Standard, solid picks you recommended me a while back. The Crypto Factor, the book of interviews, was the book I personally wrote. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I didn't want to mention in the video just in case. This guy's always trying to sell. But yeah, The Crypto Factor is a book I wrote. The course is, the next step is the course. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have the course, if you don't have the Invest, Trade, and Think like the Crypto Factor course, go read the reviews. Scan this code, read the reviews. The link's also in the description down below in the top of this chat. It goes how to invest, trade, and when I say trade, I mean swing trading, long-term swing trading, and how to think. It talks about narratives, portfolios, setting up this, doing that, backup plans, and so on. And it gives you the factor line, what I use for technical analysis, which we built together with Chart Prime based on the way I trade. And it gives you lifetime of that. And it's super effective. It will teach you how to make money. And you can use it in stocks and so on. But please, check it out. It's a bit expensive. As soon as I go to sleep tonight, just before I go to bed tonight, whatever time that is, I don't know what time I'm going to go to bed tonight. Maybe I'll watch The Blacklist with my girlfriend. It's 2, 3 o'clock in EET time. Or it might be 10. I don't know. the price will go up. So make sure you check it out and see if it's for you. If you're gonna buy yourself a Christmas present this year, do it. I 100% recommend it. If you tell me, Paul, out of all your products you ever made and sold and books you wrote, what do you recommend more? It's the course. I'm telling you, it's the course, right? Zcash, we already talked about it. Sleepwalker, we already talked about it, but let me see if I can quickly pull it up for you. I'll just go over it real quick just because Zcash. There's a buy signal. Okay, we're in a range. You're trading this range and you're buying breakouts to the long term at 181-ish. Let's call it 180 psychological. And you're getting out, and this is getting invalidated until proven otherwise under 298. Let's call it 300 psychological. That's basically your TA for Zcash. Yes, we talked about it a little bit more in the live stream, but I don't want to bore people by going through it again. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Is this the beginning of the banana zone? We talked about it. Look, we'll see. But if it is, if there ever is going to be a banana zone, this will be the beginning or the first signs of it, if we get one. But again, I'm still expecting the top to come in, so be very careful with everything. Make sure you watch the video from the beginning, the live stream from the beginning. Very important for context here. And like this video. Please like this video if you're watching. I would really appreciate if you like this video. Rene Montenegro, how are you, my friend? Should I buy Zcash right now, or I just showed you. I just showed you where buy now, if you want. But you're watching this range. Your invalidation is under 300, and you're buying more over 380. If you want to be conservative, you're waiting for it to break 380, making this support. That's where you're actually. If you actually want to buy, this is where you're buying once this becomes support. Okay? But if you want to get in a bit earlier and risk a little bit, you're buying, but these are the levels here you're watching, if that makes sense. But you also have to decide if there's other coins that are running better and make more sense for opportunity cost, right? And for that, I'd watch the live stream. All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate you all. Again, my course is right here, all right? And I really appreciate all of you. I will try and do more live streams because and more videos. As you can see, I'm trying to do more videos on live streams generally. And the reason is I know there's a lot of panic, a lot of fear out there, and a lot of people that got wrecked. So I'm trying to help as much as I can by going live more and making videos more. So please, please, please subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button if you haven't already. I know a lot of you may already be subscribed, but YouTube sometimes takes you away without you knowing. Please check to see if you are indeed subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, especially if you watch my videos, because I really, really, really want to make this channel work. I love this channel. I live from this channel. I built this channel while fighting cancer. I made calls while I was fighting cancer. I love this channel. I love this. I just love this. So please, please, please help support me, and I will support you. Let's win together. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.